Hey everyone, JCS Starcraft here, bringing you a 2v2. This game actually from the beta. I grabbed this game and was looking for some good 2v2s, but you really don't see a lot of pro players playing 2v2s. And I was fortunate enough to find this game. It was posted right before Starcraft 2 launched, so I actually had to activate my old beta and get in there to watch this replay. But right now we're featuring Skyliner as the purple toss, the Origine as the, I think he's a Frenchman, as the red Terran, and on the other side we have Fazinate as the light blue Protoss, and DaBoO as the pink Zerg player. DaBoO, a very strong player from Germany, and I think the reason they're all playing together and that they posted this is that Skyliner, Origine, and DaBoO recently all declared that they were going to be part of the ESC gaming clan, which also is going to feature Goody, one of the top clanmates. Say, well, and Origine right now already going for his refinery. Looks like we might be getting some sort of early Reaper rush. And Skyliner, and just jumping across, Skyliner and Fazinate, looks like they're going pretty standard build. Now 2v2s, a lot of pros don't enjoy playing them because the gameplay is very different. There's a lot of early rushing in 2v2s. You really try to take advantage of the fact that if you can split your army's forces, that you can kind of get a 2 versus 1 situation too. So a lot of games can kind of end kind of early. Origine throwing down, yes, getting his gas and throwing down that tech lab. So it looks like he's going to be getting a very, very early Reaper. Wasn't able to see how many. Yeah, looks like he did an 8 racks Reaper right now because he hasn't even hit 11 on his supply yet too. So we'll see if this pressure can really do anything. DaBoO now scouting it, does see the early tech lab. It does see that there aren't, I don't know if he can count it how many, but does see that there aren't that many SCVs being pumped out right now. So hopefully they'll be ready for this Reaper rush. DaBoO getting a standard build right here. Looks like he was 14 spawn, 15 extract, or 13-14. Anyways, and Fazinate, they're throwing down the Cybernetic score. So looks like pretty standard play from Skyliner and Fazinate. And so Origin now with the Reaper. Now we're gonna see whether or not this Reaper can do any damage, distract the units, or cause any damage here. I think that this Cybernetic core will be up in a matter of short minutes, so that Reaper probably not going to do too much damage. Meanwhile, DaBoO researching speed upgrades for his Zerglings, so going to be able to try to match speed with these Reapers, and Reaper's now starting to do some damage. Getting caught a little bit off right there, but able to use the cliff to his advantage. Fazinate trying to get a surround on that Reaper as it comes up, but able to drive it away, going to absorb some damage with this Zealot. Meanwhile, is chrono boosting his Stalker, and once that Stalker comes out, it's going to be difficult for this Reaper to do a lot of damage. Reaper's very low in HP and typically not good against ranged units. So even, I think he has, does he have the speed upgrade? He is getting the speed upgrade, so he will be able to survive a little bit more, but now we have some Zerglings in here, and once that Stalker comes in, it looks like Origine's going to have to change up strategies just a little bit. Recently, I have been noticing that a lot of, no, Origine's going to keep it up with the Reaper action. I think due to LZ Gamer, during the launch day, LZ Gamer, doing a day 9 launch game, showed how mass Reapers can really keep a Zerg player contained and kind of dominate that kind of play. So now Skyliner gonna team up with his comrade and rush off now. So we have 3 Zealots and 2 Reapers with the speed upgrade against right now just 1 Stalker, and it looks like 14 Zerglings with the speed upgrade from DaBoO. So looks like this should be able to hold off pretty well, although we'll see whether or not any sort of micro with the Reapers and using the Zealots as the front line. But a lot of early action right now from both sides. Now, they're going to try to trap him and get him off, and this is one problem with 2v2 is getting split up from your opponent. Getting into here, we'll see. I still think that with the Queen in here, DaBoO with some proper macro and getting the surround on the Reapers, getting surrounded on 1, those Reapers going down pretty quickly, and now there are 2 Stalkers in the base. It looks like they'll be able to hold off pretty well, and goodbye goodbye Zealots. Meanwhile, DaBoO throwing down the Spine Crawler just in case there's more harass on his supply line, and taking a look. Now everyone, I think, transitioning. I think Origine's gonna probably have to transition from that 8 Reaper into some sort of Marine Marauder build Or is he? Nope, he's going to keep going on those Reapers. So we'll see if that Mass Reaper paired with a pretty standard, looks like a 4-gate Protoss Force, can do any sort of damage. More than 1, 2, it looks like a 5-gate right now from Skyliner, and getting that Twilight Council. So pretty interesting one-base action from both players. Although right now the Speedlings not having been Origin not having walled off, they're just going to run right in here. Want to get rid of these Reapers first. They go into that bunker, but the Speedlings are just going to be able to run in and wreak mass havoc on this supply line right now. So Origin kind of in a bit of a trouble. Also has Skyliner in his base as well. So let's see if or I'm sorry, he had there are 2 Protosses. He has Skyliner helping him out right now, and Fazinate is going to try to take down that tech lab, and then just going to try to retreat too. So it looks like they held it off. Skyliner able to drive off Fazinate's Stalkers. Meanwhile, Fazinate going to be throwing down a proxy pylon. So Origine now sending out, looks like a handful of 5 Reapers to try to counterattack, and Fazinate going to be getting that Stargate. So we'll see if Origine trying to take a shot at those Stalkers as they warp in, getting that penalty. But Fazinate, meanwhile, blocking off the Reapers. Now they're just going to get trapped in that ledge. Great job by Fazinate to use his probes to choke off those Reapers. They cannot move, and Skyliner now going to move in with his forces, takes out that proxy pylon. Fazinate not going to be able to do anything. His Void Ray is going to come on at this point, and now Skyliner with his forces going to be trying to push it in. Now DaBoO has a bunch of Mutalisks here, and it should be enough to hold off on this army right now. But the Void Ray going across for Fazinate. We'll see whether or not he can do any damage. It looks like Origine did. I don't know if he scouted that or if he knew that was coming to his base, but he doesn't have sight, so I think he's just kind of reacting. And Fazinate now with the uncharged Void Ray will be able to take out these 3 Marines. The Marines are firing away at the action. Can they get the Void Ray down? And the answer is no, but I think there are more Marines coming out, so this Void Ray unfortunately not going to live for too much longer, even though it is fully charged. Oh, just getting free shots right there, and it goes down. DaBoO now going to rush in, having held off that early encounter, and here they go with the Lings. There's no wall off here. These are going to run in. Now, there are not enough Marines right now to deal with this Mutaling army. I think that even with kiting and properly microing these Marauders, the Mutalisks are just going to be too much for this army. Hopefully he can get down his missile turrets in time. Otherwise, Origine's going to suffer some heavy losses right now. But 2 of the missile turrets are down. The Mutalisks probably are going to fall, going to have to retreat. Meanwhile, Fazinate pushing in